All right, today you are going to be doing the distributive property. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, you'll be doing the distributive property. And combining like terms. Faith, can you move to the left a little bit, please? Okay, so an example of some of the problems you're going to have today. They are going to look something like 5x minus 2 times 6 plus x. Most of the problems that you're going to do today, you're going to be distributing a negative 1 or a negative number. All right, so look, in this case, you've got the negative 2 in front of the parentheses. So the negative 2 has to get distributed to everything inside the parentheses. So your first step here is going to be 5x, and then you got negative 2 times 6 is negative 12, and negative 2 times x is negative 2x. So there's the first part of the problem, the distributive property. And then the second part of the problem, you're going to be combining like terms. And in this case, you're going to be combining the 5x and the negative 2x. So 5x minus 2x is 3x. And you're just going to bring down the minus 12. So there would be your simplest form. Excuse me? 3x minus 12, there's no equal sign here. So you're done, okay? You're not going to be solving anything this week. You're going to be doing the distributive property, and then you're going to be combining like terms. You'll have a problem that may look like negative 6 times 1 minus 7x, and then plus 10. In this case, the distributive property is going to be done at the beginning of the problem. So you've got your negative 6 times your 1, and that's going to be negative 6. And then negative 6 times negative 7x, and that's positive 42x. 6 times 7 is 42. And then the plus 10 just comes down. Now, the last problem, you combined the x's. In this problem, you're combining the regular numbers. All right? Now, when you do your answer, you want the number with the variable to go first in your last step. So the 42x comes down. And then you take negative 6 plus 10 in the calculator. 4. And you should get positive 4. Five x minus 2 times 7 minus 2x plus 18. In this example, again, you're going to do the distributive property first and just rewrite the rest of the problem. So your 5x comes straight down. You take negative 2 times 7, and that's negative 14. And then you take negative 2 times negative 2x, and that would be positive 4x. And then this positive 18, or plus 18, comes straight down. And now you've got to combine your x's, which is your 5x and your 4x. All right, and 5x plus 4x is 9x. And then you've got to combine your regular numbers. And it's a negative 14 plus an 18. So in your calculator, type 14 negative plus 18. and you should get a positive 4. And that would be your simplified answer. Any questions? -1 plus 91a plus 8 times 6 minus 11a. The only thing you're going to do in the first step is the distributive property. So you've got a -1 plus a 91a. And then you're going to take this positive 8 times 6, and that's positive 48. And then the positive 8 times the negative 11a, and that is going to be negative 88a. And again, you're going to combine the variables first. So 91a minus 88a would be 3a. And -1 plus 48 would be positive 47. And that is your final answer. Does anybody have any questions? All right, today we're going to be doing the distributive property.
What's today's date?
13th. And combining like terms. We have done the distributive property this year. Some of these, though, we didn't do a whole lot of distributive property and combining like terms. And some of these are like 2 and 3 step problems. And it's good practice because there's a lot of multiplying by negatives in these problems. Some of the problems you'll see will look like 5x minus 4, and then in parentheses, you got 5 plus x. In all of the problems that you do today, the first step will be the distributive property. So in this case, you're going to distribute this -4. So you're going to rewrite, or you're going to bring down the 5x. And now you're going to take -4 times 5, which is -20. And then -4 times the x, which is -4x. Now, please be sure that in the next step after the distributive property, that you combine the variables first. And that means to combine the 5x and the -4x. So in the calculator, it's just 5 minus 4. So what's 5x minus 4x equal to?
1.
1x, right?
Yes.
But you don't write the 1 in front of the x.
Yes.
So it's just x. X minus 20. You always want the variable or the number with the variable to go first in your answer. And from there, the problems will just progress. -8 plus 2. And then in parentheses, a -x minus 8. Again, you're going to do the distributive property first, so this -8 just gets rewritten. The 2 times the -x is -2x. And the 2 times the negative 8 is negative 16. Now, in this case, you're going to be combining the regular numbers. But take the negative 2x. It's going to go first in your answer. The variables always go first in the answer. And then your negative 8 minus 16. Or 8 negative minus 16 in the calculator. It's negative 24. Just stop and be quiet. For x plus 5, and then in parentheses, and 8x minus 2, and then a minus 3. So again, you're going to do the distributive property first, but everything else just has to get rewritten. So the 4x comes down. You got a positive 5 times an 8x, and that's a positive 40x. And then the positive 5 times the negative 2, and that's negative 10. And then this negative 3 just gets rewritten. And now you've got to combine like terms twice. You've got to combine the variables. You got a 4x plus a 40x. So that's 44x. And then in your calculator would be a 10 negative minus 3. Negative 13. Okay, again, the variables go first in your answer. The regular numbers go second. Negative 3a plus 7. Minus 6 times 7 minus 2a. Again, the distributive property is going to get done first. So the first part of the problem just gets rewritten. And then you've got negative 6 times 7, which would be negative 42. And then negative 6 times negative 2a, which is positive 12a. The variables get combined first. So your negative 3a gets combined with this 12a. So in the calculator, it would be 3 negative plus 12. And that's a 9a. And then 7 minus 42. Negative 35. In all of your answers, the variable is going to go first. All of your answers will be binomials. 2 terms. Does anybody have any questions?